Hey Gorillas, thanks for checking out Amped on Demand and today's episode of the Whiteboard Brief. Your warm-up today is an 8-minute flow of a 100-meter shuttle run, 8 walking lunges, 6 up-downs, and 4 wall walks. Now for that shuttle run, we'll be running in 25-meter increments, so you'll run 25 meters down, 25 meters back, 25 meters down, 25 meters back. If we don't have a 25-meter run, we can just do high knees in place, in which case you'll do high knees for about 30 seconds.
Walking lunges, start standing with your feet together. Step 1 foot forward, bringing your back knee down, getting a 90-degree bend in each one of your legs. Make sure your front knee does not go past your toe. Drive through your back foot and bring your feet back together. For the up down, put your hands on the ground, jump your feet out to high plank, jump your feet back forward, and stand up. Wall climb, start on all fours, walk your feet up the wall as you walk your hands back, ending in a handstand with an active shoulder pressing hard into the floor, making sure your elbows are locked out and you're in a straight line from shoulder to hip to knee to ankle.
8-minute flow means, you guessed it, you flow through those movements for how many? 8 minutes. For those shuttle runs, I want you guys to try and progressively get faster and faster with each run. For the other 3 movements, just go through consistently throughout the entire 8 minutes. If for some reason we cannot go inverted, we can't get our body upside down, then we can substitute a downward dog into an upward dog for the wall walk. Today's workout is just 2 rounds and it's only 3 movements, but you're doing a lot of volume of each one of those movements in each round. We have 100 double unders, 50 ground to overhead, and then 50 single arm push press. The ground to overhead can be performed with a backpack, a duffel bag, a plate, even a dumbbell or a kettlebell if that's what you have. The shoulder press, the single arm push press, can be performed with a dumbbell, a kettlebell, a backpack works, a jug of water is fine. You can check out one of our other videos on how to use 2 gallons of water to make 1 dumbbell. It ends up being a 16-pound dumbbell. Anything that you can hold in 1 hand will work for the press. Anything that you can grip in 2 hands will work for the ground to overhead, although you could even do a 1-handed ground to overhead as well. If we're not capable of doing double unders, then we'll do 200 single unders. If we don't have a jump rope, we can't do dubs or single unders, so I'll give you the option of doing jumping jacks or lateral hops.
For double unders, start with your feet underneath your hips and your elbows close to your body. Use your wrists to get the rope moving around you and jump by punching your feet into the ground. Make sure you keep your core engaged. Single unders are performed in the same manner as double unders, just with 1 flick of the wrist instead of 2. For the push press, start with the weight in the front rack position, wrists stacked on top of elbow, dip straight down, making sure your knees don't cave in and your chest doesn't dip forward. Drive through your heels and press the weight overhead, making sure you keep your heels down until your hips and knees finish extending. Ground to overhead, start with your butt down and your chest up. Your arms are straight, your eyes are forward, and your back is flat. Hips and shoulders are going to rise together. Then you'll get a violent hip extension, followed by a shrug of the shoulder, a rotate, and a press of the weight overhead. Ground to overhead can also be performed with 1 arm using a snatch. It can also be done doing a clean and press, where you take the weight to front rack, then press overhead.
So, at 3, 2, 1, go, you'll do your 100 double unders or 200 singles, then you'll do your 50 ground to overhead, and then you'll do your 50 single arm push press. That push press, we want 25 reps on each arm. Our recommended way of breaking that up is to do 5 on one arm, then 5 on the other, 5 on one, then 5 on the other. Now in this style of workout, it is intended that you're going to be breaking up the movements. If you can get the 100 double unders or 200 single unders done unbroken, that's fantastic. Go ahead and do that. With the push press and the ground to overhead, we're looking more to break it up into 2 to 3 big sets. So something like 25 and 25, 30 and 20, or 20, 15, 15. The key to a fast time in this workout is big sets in the ground to overhead and the push press. The dubs are kind of hit or miss. Sometimes we can get big sets done, sometimes we can't. A lot of that is out of our control. You guys know what I'm talking about. Just try and stay calm and relaxed in those dubs. For the other two, the ground to overhead and the push press, those you should be able to get big sets done if you scale appropriately. So if you go too heavy in this workout, it will be really tough to get big sets done, and it's going to take a very long time. However, if you choose the right loading for this workout, you can hit big sets and you'll get it done pretty quick. For today's cool down, we have 3 rounds of 50 flutter kicks, that's 25 on each side, 35 second side plank, that's 35 seconds on each side, and 20 Russian twists.
For Russian twists, start seated, lift your feet off the ground, and rotate at your torso, touching a weight from side to side. This can be made easier by resting your feet on the floor. For side plank, support yourself with your inside foot. Make sure you're in a straight line from ankle to knee to hip to shoulder. You can support yourself with your elbow or your hand, but make sure you have an active shoulder pressing into the floor. For flutter kicks, lie on the ground in a hollow body position, alternating kicking your feet up and down. This can be made easier by sitting on your hands, or can be made more challenging by holding a weight overhead.
Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you would like to work out with some of us from the gym, check out our free live classes. The link is in the bio, and I'll see you next time.